Hi everyone and welcome back. Now today I'm going to tell you about the first foundation stone for good health, which is sleep. Understanding the reason why stress and poor sleep go hand in hand is a key to fixing the problem of both our sleep and our stress levels. Now remember, I'm not a so-called expert. I find the genuine science and pass it on to you. My objective is to give you a broad understanding of this thing called stress, so if you choose, you can use our conversation and references to further find out the topics and areas specific to your life and situation. That means you will learn to join the dots for yourself, and as you move forward, you will become your own expert. Now back to business. The cause of poor sleep is usually a cluster of bad habits and stressful events which, fortunately, we can address by first recognizing them and then deleting them. And I have a very effective and simple stress plan for you at the end of our sleep subject. But first, a few very interesting facts to set the scene as to why every human and creature on the planet needs good sound sleep. Now, the World Health Organization has classed a lack of sleep as a modern day epidemic in the so-called modern world, and it's a sneaky killer. How common are poor sleep habits? Well, studies show that 2/3 of all adults in the modern world get less than the recommended 8 hours sleep per night. Now, how does that figure stack up for you? Long-term studies have shown the better sleep we get in our life, the longer we live. So, this is a big deal, right? Poor sleep habits are related to every modern disease affecting humans today. The Guinness Book of World Records considers a lack of sleep so dangerous they have actually banned all record-breaking attempts to stay awake. Now, who would want to do that in the first place? A major myth is that some individuals and older people require less than 7 to 8 hours deep sleep per night. But the fact is, as a rare result of genetics, less than 1% of the population can actually survive and be healthy on less than 2 hours sleep per night. But everyone else of all ages requires the complete amount for specific reasons which we will discuss. Now, the difference between age groups is just the time they go to sleep and wake up. As we know, for example, young children tend to go to sleep early, wake up early. Teenagers tend to go to sleep late and wake up late. And us older people tend to go to sleep a little bit earlier and wake up earlier as well. A lack of sleep triggers the stress response every time, which automatically creates huge levels of inflammation, high blood pressure, huge increase in the glucose levels without eating anything, and a guaranteed increase in insulin resistance inside our body. This insulin resistance is a common trigger and contribution to blocked arteries and every other metabolic disease. The effect of poor sleep on us we can see by simply home testing for an increase in blood pressure, blood glucose, and cortisol hormone levels after a night's poor sleep. Is sleep important to other creatures on the planet? Absolutely. Everything. Studies show it's important for everything, from a single cell bacteria to a shellfish, fish, lizards, birds, and even a worm. And of course, the likes of bats and owls do it slightly different because they sleep during the day, but sleep they do. It is a crucial part of being alive. Consequently, a lack of sleep is really stressful for all creatures. It's so important that a lack of sleep triggers our reptilian brain every time, which fires up our stress response every time to some degree. You see, if you're struggling with stress at any level, injury, or any of the 21st century self-induced progressive illnesses, the likes of inflammatory and autoimmune diseases, and mental and emotional balance, then aiming for good sound sleep for at least 7 hours per night is hugely beneficial for the repair and recovery process. Now, if you aim for it, you will eventually get it because, as it turns out, good sleep habits are good habits that we can learn. Bad sleep habits are so often the result of a lack of knowledge. For specific reasons, all mental and emotional imbalance will create poor sleep. But as that imbalance rolls back to a balanced state, the good sleep always eventually returns. Okay, food for thought, I hope. Just an introduction. Now, in the next video, I'm going to talk about our circadian rhythm that all living creatures operate by and how it defines everything we do, including when we go to sleep every evening, staying asleep, and the time we wake up. And finally, if you know of someone who may be interested in this subject for their own benefit, then don't forget to pass it on. Okay, good job everyone. Have a great day. Bye-bye.